Hi all at FIA, this is student Nick Blackwell, number 150149094. I'm here with Roger tonight, who is playing our 16-year-old client, David. Some considerations will be made for this session. We will not be using a ladder shuffle. Instead, behind us we have some hurdles set up for a lateral high knee run. Aside from that, the only other alteration we'll be making is a lat pull instead of pull-ups. Everything else will be as normal. You ready to rock and roll tonight, Roger?
Aaron.
Lovely. So we're going to start things off as we do most ways with a 5-minute aerobic warm-up.
Yep.
And I'll go through the rest of your session while you start going easy on the ski erg behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely. Don't stress yourself, just easing in. So after this 5-minute warm-up, Roger, we're going to move through some dynamic movements, so to speak.
Yep.
And then some higher intensity movements just to finish off this warm-up block. From there, we'll go into what's considered the main set, where the majority of the exercise and exertion will occur. From there, we'll go back into a cool-down. The main set is comprised of 7 exercises, and the cool-down will be another 15 minutes probably.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
Yep, and that's it.
Lovely. For the sake of filming tonight, for the sake of all of us and you guys watching at home, so you don't have to see 5 minutes of ski erging, we will cut Roger's warm-up on that short, but move directly into dynamic movement patterns and everything associated with that. So starting at the other end of the gym here, Roger, we're going to move off with some lunges with a twist. We're going to do 10 total, should be 5 up and 5 back. So I'll get you to go in both directions. I'll lead off to show you what we're looking for, and then I'll get you to start.
Yep.
So it's going to look something like this. You'll either have your arms crossed across your chest or on your hips. And so it'll look something like so. Come forward, twist over the leading leg, and repeat. And then obviously back the other way. You can start when ready. Good. And back the other way. Lovely. So from here, Roger, I would actually recommend that you grab a hold of something like this, like so. So if you come up here, I will just be in front of you here. So if you grab the hold like so, I want you to use your outside leg. We're going to do some front and lateral leg swings. So it will look something like so. That's exactly it. We're going to do 10 each side. 7, 8, 9, 10. And switch, I would turn around just so your leg never hits anything. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. From there, we're going to do something quite similar. I'll do it over here just to show you. But we're doing essentially what would be lateral leg swings. And so with sufficient space either side, we're just going to swing our leg across our body like so. So you can either do it here or you can do it there. I would recommend here. That's exactly right. And coming across. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and on your other leg. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Nice work. So from there, we're going to work into some fly to claps and some arm circles. So if you want to stand in this space right here, you should be free of any kind of obstruction. So starting with the flies to claps, our arms are going to be out at 90 degrees, like so, and the focus is going to be when we draw them back. So we draw them back as far as we can go and release them forward. Draw them back, release them forward. Back, forward, and back, forward. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. It's going to be a little bit more coordination here. We're just going to do front and backward arm circles. So when you're ready, we're just going to start swinging our arms forward in a nice continual motion. Should just loosen up our shoulder joints. And backwards. Lovely, nice work. From here, we're just going to go through some jogging high knees and some jogging butt kicks. So pretty simple. I'll just show you what I'm looking for first. We're looking for, I guess, coming up to parallel almost. So really accentuating the height. I'm not too worried about the speed or the actual jump, but I do want your knees to come up to about 9. And then we'll send you back the other way as well. So when you're ready to come on down, lovely, and back the other way. Lovely. The butt kicks are almost the opposite. We're not looking for too much movement here. This knee will kind of stay down low, but I do want nice full range of motion through the knee joint to bring the foot up. It'll look something like this. And again, I'll get you to come up and back. Lovely. And we're ready to begin our main set.
Yep.
How are you feeling?
Yep, not too bad.
Good. So we're going to start the main set off with a back squat. And so essentially that involves racking the bar in the rear position. To start things off, I want you to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. You can have a little bit of toe turn out for stability. Not too much. They normally say maximum 30 degrees, but even that is quite a lot. We're going to rack the bar just either sitting right on our traps, slightly lower. I prefer on my traps. It's called a high rack position. And we're going to have our arms equidistant apart. We're going to load the bar essentially onto our shoulders and we're going to descend. While descending, I'm going to maintain a nice neutral spine, come down to parallel or lower, and then come back up. So in that time, I'm going to rack it quickly. I didn't get any hunching, and I didn't have a very aggressive lordotic curve that had my butt poking out. What's going to happen is it'll be nice and even. I'm going to stare at a spot about 1.5 meters away on the floor. You feel ready?
Yep, ready.
Lovely. So we're looking for about 10 reps. I have Roger in the Smith machine tonight because typically, at the moment I can't spot anyone safely due to my back injury, but the Smith machine with the locking mechanism allows me to kind of aid in spotting safely. That's it, Roger. Good. Have a nice even posture there. Good ankle and hip and knee mobility. That's number 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. As a spotter in that position, I was never touching the bar. I was just following the bar with my hand should I need to catch it or lock it against the frame. Moving on from there, Roger, we're going to go into some lat pulls. And so they're going to look something like as I'm about to show you. A couple of key things we're looking for here is essentially our knees are going to form a 90-degree angle, there's going to be a 90-degree angle with our knees. Our shins are going to be perpendicular to the floor and our feet are going to be flat on the floor. With regards to our upper body, we are going to have a very slight backward lean as we are seated just behind the path of the bar.
Yep.
This backward lean is going to allow the bar to pass by our face without smacking us in the nose or the chin. But we don't want to lean or vary from this position as much as we possibly can.
Yep.
With regards to the grip, it should be equal, and at this point in time we're going for a wide grip lat pull. And so let the pull begin, so to speak. It's going to be equal, and the only thing that is really going to be moving is my arms. As I said, I'm not leaning, not hunched over. It's going to be a nice stable core with the arms moving around the body. The elbows and wrists are going to track along the same path. And we are looking for 10 clean reps.
Yep.
Hopefully that's it. Nice even lean, stable upper body, and begin pulling when ready. Nice. Nine. Last one. Good work and return. Nice work there, David or Roger.
Which one?
That's it. Now, from our lat pull, we're going to go into some push-ups. So, put our nice little camera on the floor there. I'll show you what I'm looking for to start things off. Essentially, you can either do them from your knees or your toes. I'll show you both. The main thing is that when you sit up, your shoulders or your hands are placed directly below your shoulders. So this should be a dead straight line,
Yep.
not out here and not under your body, although I would find that quite uncomfortable. But with a neutral spine, we're going to have it right underneath our body. And it doesn't matter whether you do it on your toes or on your knees, the setup is almost identical.
Yep.
And so when we start, it's going to be a nice even rep. Our arms aren't splaying out. They're moderately close to our body, but they're not completely tucked under.
Yep.
And so 10 reps will look something like this. When you're ready, the stage is yours. That's it. Good. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. From here, we're moving on to a deadlift.
Oh, yeah.
You've done a deadlift before?
Yep.
Lovely. So we'll be using this bar here. And so with our deadlift, what we want to see is a setup where your feet are just over shoulder width apart. They can have a little bit of turnout, but I prefer to have feet perfectly level.
Yep.
What I do want to see is though when we engage the bar, we come down, our arms are on the outside of our legs, but we have a nice neutral spine here.
Yep.
And so that'll require good ankle and hip and knee mobility. And we're going to pull up all our joints. We're going to extend towards 180 evenly. It's not knees and then hips, it's everything together evenly. 2, when you're ready. And up. Lovely. Look at something a little bit lower on the wall there, Roger. That's better. Nice. One thing I would suggest is a little bit more, I guess, potentially flexibility in your lower back and glutes, so that when you come down from the rep, you can kind of keep your glutes out. There's a little bit of hunching there.
Yep.
But what we want to do is turn that from there to there. And it's a little bit of just pelvic rotation.
Yep.
Lovely. Otherwise, all in all, it wasn't bad at all. From the deadlift, we're going on to our bench row. And that will look something like this. That's nice and stable. We're going to bring the bar back towards almost the middle of the bench here. And we're going to set up with our chin probably just over the edge of the bench, depending on your height.
Yep.
And so, by doing this, we kind of place the bar in the middle of the body.
Yep.
So that when we pull towards our waist. We're not pulling towards our chest here.
Yep.
Today we're pulling towards our waist.
Yep.
I don't care too much what you do with your legs. They can either be flicked up or lying at the back. It's not too much of a hassle.
Yep.
I prefer flicked up, but that's just my personal preference. So when we grab the bar, we're going to go from full extension to full contraction, and that looks something like this.
Yep.
Nice. That's it. Good. Nice. Keep it up. Good. Nice work. Finished off. Good work. Feeling alright at the moment?
Yep, no worries.
Lovely. So, that is the majority of our heavy lifting done tonight. We're actually going to go through some agility stuff now, just to mix things up but also keep you nice and sharp.
Sure.
So, the first thing we're going to do is what would be, well, normally we would have done a ladder shuffle. Tonight we don't have the ladder with us, so instead we're going to be doing some lateral hurdling, so to speak. And I'll give you a demonstration out here. So we have 5 hurdles set up, and we're going to do a round of 10. So we're going to go 5 one side and 5 the other. I only want you to approach the hurdles from this side because they won't fall in the other direction. But it's going to look something like this. So I'll try and go over nice and slowly for you. Lead leg, trail leg, lead leg, trail leg, lead leg, trail leg, lead leg, trail leg, lead leg, trail leg. And so when we speed it up, do a bit more running pace, it looks something like this. And then we'll do the opposite side. So if you want to pass through that for me. Nice work. Now we're going to go over the other side. No, we're not going to go from that way, we're going to go from this side because they don't fall that direction. So I'll show you in just a moment. So same again, I just want you to focus on your trail leg at this point in time because you were going over but you're coming under.
Right.
So over, 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 over. That's it. Nice work. And we've got our final agility drill tonight, which is a cone zigzag. Quite a simple drill. Just testing a little bit of directional agility. So starting at this cone here, you're going to traverse to this cone here, which will traverse to this cone here, to this cone here, and finishing right where you're standing. And so it'll look something like this. When you're ready. That's it. Nice work. And that actually concludes the end of our session tonight in terms of its main set.
Oh,
We have a cool down to do.
Yep.
But the hard work is done for tonight.
Cool.
So, with regards to our cool down, it is much the same to our warm up to start things off at least. We'll get you doing some light work on the ski erg, light aerobic work.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. No need to go hard either. Again, we're just cooling our muscles down from the high energy state we just had them in. That's it. And again, for viewers, we'll be cutting this short and moving on to our dynamic movement session. So when you're ready, Roger, we'll move on to the dynamic movement. Alright. So for our finishing off dynamic movement, we're going to go through some lunges, some walking knee tucks, again some flighter claps, and some arm circles in our forward and backward form. We'll then go through some static stretching. This time, no twisting with our lunges, just dead straight, so you can either hold your arms across your chest, on your waist, but something like this. Something that's always moving. And I'm going to get you to go up and back. Nice. The walking knee tucks are much like before, so up, grab your knee and bring it a little bit further, hold for a second, up, hold for a second, up, hold for a second, up, hold for a second. I'll get you to come up and back with those as well. Nice work turning around. Lovely. So we're going to go through a little bit of stretching now, static stretching. So I'll be holding a position for an extended time just to finish off stretching our muscles. We're going to start off with our calves. So if you wouldn't mind getting up against a wall here, you're going to stand with one foot in front of the other.
Yep.
That's it. And then lean up against the wall. You put your weight through your back foot. That's it. And we're going to hold for 30. And switch. Lovely. Now we're going to go into a standing groin stretch. So we're going to stand with our feet a sizable distance apart, comfortable but wide. We're going to transfer our weight from one side. Lovely. And we just hold that. That should be stretching our groin, which is on the underside of our leg at this point. And switch. Lovely. So from this point, we're going to go into some seated work, working on our quads, our hamstrings and our lower back. Starting off with our hamstrings. And so from this seated position here, with both feet out, we're going to tuck one foot to our knee, and then we're going to reach for the outstretched foot. Good, just hold that. Lovely, and switch. Good, keep holding, keep holding. Lovely. And now from this position, we're just going to take this foot and rotate it out and behind us, and then sit back on that foot, and that should stretch our quad. And switch. Lovely. Right, now we're going to move on to stretching our glute. From this seated position here, we're going to take one leg and cross it over the other, and then bring our knee with our arm across our body. And switch. Lovely. In this position here, yeah, you are safe to do so. We're going to lie backwards. We're going to bring one knee up towards our body and cross it over while keeping our shoulders on the ground. Lovely, and switch. And back to standing. Gonna finish things off with a deltoid stretch. So bring our arm across our body, that's it, and then using the other arm to press it towards our chest. And switch, crossing the arm across the body and using the other arm to press it to the chest. Lovely. final stretch for the night is a chest stretch. So with our arms up at 90 degrees. Lovely. Alright, I'll use that other arm. If you step over here, we're going to essentially press against each other, and so until you feel that stretch. That's it. Feel free to lean into it if you need. Good. Good. Ready to switch. Good. And lean into it. Nice work. That concludes our session. Thank you for coming out tonight.
No worries.
Lovely. Perfect. Thank you for your work.